You're suffering from imposter syndrome and doubting if you can actually make it as a coach, if you're good enough, if you can actually get results for your clients. It will massively impact the amount of sales that you will make. Because I will tell you a secret. People with great marketing and bad service will outsell people with bad marketing and great service. Haven't you noticed it? A guy who just bought only a course and then suddenly called himself an X coach and then confidently starts selling, makes great marketing, great content, will probably attract more clients and have more book calls than you do now as a coach. And why is that? Because confidence is magnetic. One of the biggest ways how you can convince people is to be convinced yourself. And confidence often comes down to two things. That's competence and that's belief. So the competence comes from believing in your skills, which I will talk about in a minute. The other part, beliefs, comes in believing in yourself, believing in your offer. Listen very closely. You will only be able to achieve what you think is possible. So that is why some arrogant, assertive, bold, confident guys who are scammy, spammy, and can't back up what they say will probably sell more than you do. And that is why marketing matters, and that is especially why self-confidence matters. But here's something you won't expect. If you have imposter syndrome, that means that you have integrity. It means that you care, you want to get results, you want to actually be good enough to help the clients get to where they want to be. Someone who actually is an imposter, who is a fake guru, will actually not even think about this question. Just as someone who's a narcissist will not ask himself, am I a narcissist? So the fact that you doubt if you're good enough and you feel like an imposter, that means that you care. Now, what I experience from coaching more than 150 coaches building up their coaching career or consulting career is that people with integrity, they have the most difficulty of fully showing up, of being marketeering, of being too spammy, of not being in the limelight. And ironically, this creates the marketing and coaching landscape online that the scammy, spammy, delusional marketeers online get the most attention and give the coaching industry a bad reputation. That is why in this video, I'm going to share some tips how you can step up, believe in yourself, be confident, and be convincing to restore the faith again in the coaching industry. First thing I want you to do is actually take a look at all the time, effort, money that you've put in to having the skill that you have right now, having the expertise that you have right now, and having all the experience, the feedback and learning experiences that you have right now. Think of all the hours, all the dollars you invested to be where you are right now. I have some crazy people who feel afraid to ask a high-ticket service for a high transformational process. And when I asked them if they already invested in it themselves, they went to year-long trainings. They even flew the plane to go to a workshop that cost thousands of dollars to go to, but they can't even see the value that they get it in themselves. If you spend hundreds, thousands of hours mastering a craft, let's imagine that the paycheck is $10 per hour and you spend 1,000 hours learning a skill, that's already worth $10,000. By you giving them the information to learn it faster, easier, and in a more simple way than you learned it by yourself. So just doing an easy exercise of just listing all the trainings, courses, stuff you went through, stuff you invested in will help you see the time value, will help you see the money value, and will also help you see your self-value. Now, second thing, I want you to listen closely to this. Because if you're watching this video, you're into self-development. We're into growing. We love looking towards the future to become a better person. That's why we always want to level up. So we look at the next guru, where we could be, and we socially compare to them. So it's good to be motivated to become a better person. But what happens if we keep on looking this way and we keep on looking at the next mountain and the next top? We never look this way to see how far we already traveled. Sometimes you have to sit still, look back, and see how much you've grown and how much you changed. Because if you're going to compare yourself to the gurus, if you're going to compare yourself to the great results that they have, you haven't seen their journey. You see them standing on the top of the mountain like it's easy and they have the end result. You don't see the struggles, you don't see the failing, you don't see the fact that they have a whole team while you might be working for yourself. So don't judge yourself by unrealistic expectations. Also, these people, especially when I work with them one-on-one, you're going to have to pay $10,000, $50,000, $100,000 to be able to work with them. So as a blueprint, as a coach, your ideal client is often like you, but 3 years younger or with 3 years less experience. So keep this in mind. Being a coach, becoming better at coaching is an ever-developing journey and learning experience. Which brings me to the third essential thing is you're responsible for guiding them, for handing them the tools, for navigating along their journey, but it will work if they will work. You guide them, you don't carry them. You are their GPS, their co-pilot. You're not a taxi driver. Even if you would get results, they wouldn't own the results. You would have provided the results. So do your best to give them the process, hand them the tools, but in the end, the transformation is up to them. And some results of coaching happens months or years after the coaching. But it's always a two-way street. You can't hold up a wall on both sides. You have to meet them in the middle. If you don't come from a place of self-care, self-love, self-trust, and you always want external validation, you only get so far. You have to stop waiting for the world to give you permission to show up. I want you to remember this. You are a leader. You create realities and see them before they are manifested. And you will only get good at coaching by actually coaching. You can read all the books about boxing and watching boxing matches. It's not waiting until you're ready and getting started. It's getting started and then you'll be ready. You have to get in the ring. You have to take action and put yourself there. The best way to develop competence and confidence is to take action and get feedback. I never advocate fake it until you make it, because fake it until you make it means I don't believe in it. I'm just going to fake it. What I rather like, and I want you to remember this, is do it until it becomes familiar. That's what I want you to do. Everything in the beginning is fun, comfortable. It are growing pains. That's how we get better. That is what we do. And the more you have growing pains, the more you go through these negative cycles and then transform, the more you can also teach your ideal clients how to handle that. They're looking for a person who's still going through the process. That means that you still embody it, you still live it, and you can still share some tips, and you're still passionate about it. If you would have the end result, it wouldn't be an issue for you anymore. You wouldn't be growing. You wouldn't be speaking from a place of authority. So take action, believe in yourself, do the best you can, knowing what you have. Your clients will get better, you will get better, but we have to make coaching great again. We have to make coaches who want to make an impact, who want to earn well, and who want to serve well, to make that impact in the coaching industry that people can really back up what they preach. Because I'm telling you that right now out there, there's a douchebag who's making more money than you, who's showing up, who is not doubting themselves, and is confident enough to show up with the content, to have sales conversations, to make offers, and enroll clients. And I want more clients to sign up for your service than for another douchebag, which is exactly what I also teach all my clients in my Client Closer Academy, which you can find more info about in the description. Now you know how to be confident, go through the process, and stop this imposter syndrome as a coach with integrity. You might also want to learn how to build a business around your personality, so you see your unique values, unique skills, your worldview, and how you can best serve your clients. If you're interested about that, you might want to check out this video where I'll talk more about how to build a brand around your personality. See you there.